Burning Eyes Entertainment presents The H-Guys in Pub Encounter.
There is some trouble at Mamoru's trial, that's why I'm helping. Really? Because the police kind of usually drop cases the second it goes to trial.
Yeah.
A lawyer and a
usually
police
that's like
officer.
legally enforced that they have to.
I was at a loss for words at the unusual end. Unless it was his case and he's just asking him for notes. But then, why didn't you ask for that during Discovery? I'm sorry, Sorry, I know too much about this topic for it to be relevant. Because they don't want you to think about it. I was at a loss for words at the unusual answers. I seemed kind of little. It seemed kind of a little...
unexpected.
that two washed-up drunk people have real jobs. Well, then you'll never guess what the CEO does. Oh, wait. Yes, though, I would think that's natural enough. I guess one wouldn't expect old men making passes at a girl in a bar to have such proper job. I like him. He's self-aware.
At least he's self-aware,
He's self-aware. He's not an asshole. He's self-aware. He seems like the most, real-life human being out of all of them, because even though the bartender's a nice guy and all, he's a little, too gentlemanly to be, realistic. Anyway, I guess... Well, yeah.
I guess you'd know, huh?
I sure would. Seeing the two men laugh together slightly warmed my heart. They're old. Just then I was reminded of what happened the other day at the park. You can tell it's a flashback because of the sepia filter.
Yep.
I'm sure it's not actually sepia and I'm getting some artistic thing wrong, but you get what I mean. It looked like Mamoru's wounds were all healed. Maybe I could ask him about what happened. Are you a vampire? Did you heal your wounds in, one night through your fucking blood sorcery? Mamoru? Mm-hmm. Is that why I like the taste of his blood so much? Cool. I'm glad to see it looks like the bruises on your face are better now. Bruises?
All because you had treated them. Thank you for that.
So, also, about that, I'm getting a court restraining order.
Yeah.
And since you're a lawyer, could you, recommend a better lawyer?
To get the restraining order?
While I was thinking about how best to bring it up, Mamoru leaned over and whispered in my ear.
If you're thinking about asking something about what happened that other day, do it on your own, obviously. You dumb bitch. Why would you fucking make things awkward around what is obviously my professional friend?
And also a police officer who, if he doesn't know, this would immediately be... Either he already knows, or he doesn't know and him knowing is a big deal.
Yeah.
The sensation of the soft voice breathed into my ear and brought a blush to my cheeks. Hey, Mamoru, we're in public, you know. Stop.
Yeah, please stop. We're in public. I'm here. Don't be so stuffy. Nothing matters when it comes to two lovers professing their love.
That's not true. In a number of ways. Exactly. Lovers! Well, here's the thing, because it's not the usual, break. I can't tell if that's an interruption or if it's actually, him...
Exactly. Lovers. You're awfully uptight today.
Because I'm sober.
We'll have to remedy that.
Okay.
He just pulls a flask out.
Yeah, make him a real, fictional cop. His expression matched what that statement makes it seem so because I'm sober.
Yep.
Like he's doing a PSA. Hi, kids. I'm not a complete douchebag because I'm sober.
Currently sober. But they're usually so sick-headed.
You know that's a medical condition.
If I was so sick-headed, I don't think I'd have a job as a police officer now, would I? You don't deserve to be a police officer is what I'm saying.
Wow.
So Hide on the job is a brilliant policeman. I'll be sure to remember that. Officer Kodama.
Would you please, Mr. Big Shot Lawyer? His hand still casually wrapped around my hip. Whoa, when did that happen? Mamoru continued bantering with Hide.
As he just fucking massaged my butthole.
It's a little farther back. Although I was gonna say birthing canal, so you know what? I wasn't much better.
Oh my god.
Hey.
And you say I have horrible slang terms for that.
That's not a slang term. I used a medical term. Is that better or worse? You decide. Well, how about letting Roberta go back to her own life now?
Come on, pull your fingers out of her nuz.
Oh! I wasn't implying anything being in anything. You're the one who... Look, I'm bad, but I'm not bad as you. She certainly hasn't moved an inch this entire time. It's like she's got a stick up her ass.
Something like that. She's just enraptured with the intensity of my love.
I could have you arrested for public indecency. Please?
Please do. Right now.
Could have you arrested for public indecency, you know.
What have I done that's indecent?
Shall I count the ways? Your entire life is R-rated. That might be actually one of the good lines I've seen so far.
I'm so honored by your praise, officer.
Overall, this is not a fantastic script, but there are some things in
There are some gems.
There are some gems. That wasn't supposed to be a compliment.
Hey,
Also,
wait, that's her.
Also, I dropped my jacket on the floor. Shit.
Just nervous laughter.
Roberta? I let out a small laugh at the up-tempo repartee. Repartee? At the bar, it had seemed like Hideaki was always the butt of the joke, but apparently not.
He's less of a butt than I thought.
Sorry, I just thought it was funny.
Please help me.
Funny? What was? Mamoru's beard? It seems more like scruff than a beard.
That's going too far. Unlike you, I'm growing this out to be stylish.
Oh, now we're getting into fucking... Actually, now that I look at it, I can't tell if it's just a massive gash on his chin, or if that's like a soul patch. It kind of looks like he cut himself while shaving. Oh no, that's actually, I just realized it's on both of them. That's supposed to be like the thing like under your, it's supposed to be...
Yeah, it's like the little shadow under your...
But the way it looks, it kind of looks like he has just this massive bleeding cut on his fucking face.
Or that an eye's about to open up.
Yeah, that too. Now, Mamoru, shut up already. Quit bouthing, bouthing. Yeah.
Quit bouthing me in front of Roberta.
It's the new slang.
I was only informing her of the truth, so that she isn't deceived by your smooth talk.
Deceived by your smooth... Okay.
Hello, pot, meet kettle.
You're one to talk. Pear's banter continued vigorously on. Like that, I too was sucked into the lively atmosphere, despite not saying anything. Because of that, I never did get to ask the details of what happened in the park. Well, to be fair, he did say ask when we're alone, so whatever. That evening, wanting a drink, I stopped by Audrey on the way home from work, hoping to God that other characters were here.
I don't think we've pronounced that bar name the same way twice.
I don't care.
Narration.
You know what? Does it matter? I think it's fitting. Oh, when I looked around inside, I saw Mamoru in the corner. I was hoping we'd get more of a cast. He was looking intently at the table. What was he doing? Crept up behind him, trying to go unnoticed like he always did to me. And I just wet-willied him. How do you like it, fucker? Oh, shit.
A peeping Tom, are you? I didn't know you were so indecent.
Again, pot, kettle, black. Mamoru whirled around and grinned at me. Indecent? How lewd. Indecent. Obviously, I wasn't trying to do anything like that.
You just don't realize.
I was just trying to do that thing where, you sneak up on someone and shove your finger in their ass. That really Japanese.
You just don't realize it, do you? When it comes to that, you're surprisingly...
I'm not surprisingly anything. I'm just a boring, ordinary girl. Amen.
Yep. I'm just a boring, ordinary girl that players can step right into. That's not true. You're quite attractive.
That doesn't say anything about how boring she is.
If you can't see that either, then how about I show you?
I can show you the world. With that, Mamoru's face drew near, stopping when his lips were nearly touching mine. This is the third time this has happened. After a few seconds like that, he's so close. What is he thinking? I wanted to go to spots and to be like, man, this chick is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
My heart was pounding so loudly in my chest, I thought Mamoru might even hear.
Huh? What? Not going to do that this time?
Mamoru spoke regretfully and pulled back. Yeah, have some self-respect, woman. This time, realizing that he was referring to the time in the evening park, my face grew warm. Noticing me blush, Mamoru started chuckling under his breath. I could tell he was definitely making fun of me.
Mr. Arashiro, would you please do me the favor of stopping right there?
I'm going to do the policeman's jobs for him since he's too drunk.
Just pulls a shotgun from behind the bar.
I know, okay, I both want and don't want to actually know of a place that actually has that. Because on the one hand, it's a conversation, you're like, yeah, I've been to that bar. And at the other hand, it'll be, yeah, I went to a bar that apparently has such a problem that the guy needs to keep a shotgun.
Please refrain from that kind of behavior. so as not to disturb the dignity of this establishment.
Establishment is probably very dignified, just not the clientele.
Oh my. Well, I can't very well disobey a request from your honor like that. I greatly appreciate your understanding and cooperation. Hey, Roberta, come and sit next to me.
As he spoke, Mamoru patted the chair beside him.
Then left his hand there so I could sit on it. You came to see me, didn't you?
I saw down as invited. On top of the table. Oh, fucking hell.
Really?
Tarot cards are lined up. As someone who... I don't like to belabor this point too much, but I do actually know what most of the tarot means, which makes me really... Was Mamoru a fortune teller? I mean...
Fortune-telling lawyer.
Which makes me really afraid that this is going to be all completely wrong. For example, first thing you should learn about tarot, death does not mean death. So if we get the death cards like, oh my, I foresee death, I'm done. It's all wrong. I looked at the cards suspiciously, not believing Mamoru would have anything to do with fortunes. Except bad luck, this fucker.
Are you interested in fortune telling?
Yes, a lot.
I gotta say, if I hired a lawyer and I found out that his hobby was fortune telling, I might get a different lawyer.
Or at the very least, ask serious questions.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot. Do you know how to use tarot cards?
From past experience a while back. Should I do a reading for you?
Past experience? Did the Yakuza hire you as a fortune teller? A Western fortune teller? Yeah, using the fucking, like, French-conceived tarot instead of, I don't know, traditional divination? Would you really?
If you wish, my dear. With pleasure.
Mamoru then began calmly mixing the cards.
What would you like the cards to tell you?
Right up front, no bullshit, it's only gonna be what you want to hear.
Yep.
Can you see anything at all?
Sure. It all depends on how you interpret the cards. So basically, anything can work.
I'll give him credit, that's pretty upfront and totally true. Most real fortune tellers wouldn't tell you that until after they got your money.
Yep.
Then, tell me about my love life. Oh, well, conflict of interest here.
Alright.
For some reason I don't see him as the type to go, alrighty. For a moment, Mamoru narrowed his eyes and then picked up a card. After lining them up, he looked at me. Okay,
Okay, let's begin.
Okay. With a practiced motion, Mamoru revealed the cards one by one. The Emperor's Tarot says we must establish a new Space Marine chapter in this sector of space to ward off the wars.
First, an upright moon. Second, an upright wheel of fortune. Third, a reversed hangman.
I am very curious to be how they interpret this. As he smoothly flipped the cards, he lightly read out the names. I found myself listening attentively to the quiet, monotonous voice so different than usual.
The fourth, an upright hierophant. And fifth, the lovers, upright. Now let's see.
What do they say?
The cards can tell you many things. It's up to me how to read and interpret them.
Also true.
Will you believe what I tell you?
Yes, I will.
I believe anything. I'm dumb.
Where does she work, I wonder? Who would hire a woman like this?
Clearly someone who made a mistake.
And can't fire her, apparently. Maybe it's nepotism. Maybe she only got the job because... We don't know anything about her family. For all we know, maybe her dad is like the prime minister or something. Yeah. It's like, you're gonna hire my daughter. I don't give a shit. Mamoru gave a quick smile and then started to explain the cards.
The 5 cards I just turned over represent different things. The past, present, near future, far future, and what you truly wish for.
I think that's a standard. That's a fairly standard spread, but all right.
You've had an experience that makes you extremely anxious. No shit, Sherlock. You want to do something.
I don't know if that would be correct, because the moon means subtlety and trickery and deception. Could be you're being lied to.
Aha! But the more you struggle, the more you are unable to move.
Where the fuck does that come from?
Quicksand?
The only thing I could think of would be maybe the upturned hangman? The experience that made me anxious. What was that? Was that what happened at the park? Maybe this was a warning to not get too involved with whatever Mamoru was dealing with.
But the Wheel of Fortune has begun to spin. The cards know your love's future. That's what the 6th card will show.
What are you doing, a Celtic cross? I looked at the 6th card where it lay. still face down on the table. With a slow, steady movement, Mamoru reached for the card.